Hello, welcome to today's tutorial. Today we're going to talk about how to create fins with curtain shapes. Alright, let's start. So at first we're going to create a rectangle. X size will be 3 meter. The Y size will be 10 meter. So we can use this rectangle to build a box as the basic of the building. Then we're going to use explode curve. And then we're going to list item to find the edge that we want to build the fins or facade. So at the moment it's 0, we're going to change into 1. So that's the edge we want to use. Then we're going to use the wide curve. Here the count will be 50. We've got 51 points. We're going to move it up. Motion will be unit Z in Z direction. Let's give it 9 meter, which is 3 levels. And then we're going to copy this move again. And this time we're going to introduce a graph mapper. Right click, we choose Gaussian. The input will be a range of number from 0 to 1. So we can drag that 50 here to connect the steps. Now we get future number from 0 to 1 as our input. So the output will be from 0 to 1 as well. So we're going to use a multiplier. Connect here. On the other side, we give it 6 meter. And then connect here. Now you can see the bottom points are moved up. We can also change the map a bit to control the variation, but yeah, we just use by default for now. Something like that. And then the next step, we're going to use a line to connect all these 2 points. Start, end. Right. And then we're going to use divide curve again. So we're going to have another 20 for now. All these points. We're going to use move again to move this point in X direction away from the current face or facade. So the motion will be unit X direction. I'm going to introduce another graph mapper. Types will be Bezier. Then we're going to create another range of number as our input. The count will be 20. Then we use a multiple. Or instead of using multiple, we're going to use remap numbers. That's the value. The source will be by default 0 to 1. The target, we're going to use construct domain. Domain starts with 500 and with 2 meter. We connect back here. The map number connect back here. So now you can see the point I moved out. It's not really the shape that I want. It's probably more something like that is better. But then you can see the points on each curve are moved out with the same distance instead of from small to big and then change back to small. So we're going to instead of going to create a different sort of target domain. So domain end, we're going to create another graph mapper here. Use a random number. This time it will be this 50 here. Connect to here. Use another Bezier. Let's try this for now. We're going to use another remap number here. So the value will be here. That's the target, the mapped. Then we're going to use how many? That is 51. We're going to graph it. So now you can see the distance is different, and it actually can be changed with this graph mapper. So right click, we change it into sign, then drag it here. So now the middle part is moved highest and farthest from the base face. Then we can use a curve to connect them into call it curve. Connect here. Now we've got all these lines. If we hide them again, we can start to create fins. We can simply use the offset here. Offset curve. The distance will be 500, which is the width of the fins. Then we're going to loft them. It doesn't really work because the input data tree is different. The data tree has changed after the offset. So we're going to use a graph here. We're going to flatten the input. So under parameter utility, there is a battery called parameter viewer. So if we connect here, double click, copy, we can actually see the data tree is different in these two battery output. So we're going to use graph tree, flatten the input, connect here, connect here. Now if we connect the output of the graph, compare the data tree, they're the same, right? So now if we drag it back, it will be loft properly. So we're going to use extrude. Direction will be unit Y. And the depth we give it say 100 for now, just for realization. So now we can see our fins are created. If we turn them off, use a preview. We give it a swatch as wise, so we can start to visualize it. We can change these parameters for different shape, something like that. Yeah, and another fancy way to play with the shape is if we go back here, if we pre-off them or just disable them for now. So if we got these curves and if we got all these curves as well, right, these are the two curves. Another way that we can play with it is we this all this point list and all these point list, this point list, we can use weave and dispatch. To dispatch them. So we're going to use dispatch first, all these points, then copy another one, all these points, then we can pattern by default, that's 0, 1, 2, 4, so that's correct. So list 1 and list B. So after we do that, we can use another curve to connect them. So if we pre-off them as well, so we can see a bit of fancy line here. So instead of 2 meter, we change it into 640, like till point that we want, and then we can change it to 6 meter as well to adjust the curvature. After we did that, we can use endpoints or even these lines. We turn them off, turn them on. We move all these lines back. So unit X vector negative X, move back by 500 μ as the depth of the fins. Then we can use the edge surface. That's the curve A. That's our curve. So that is 51. That is 51. We just need to flatten the input to make sure the data tree is the same. So now we have all these fins. Then we can turn these guys on, like probably turn these guys on again. Connect here. So now there is a different type of fins are created, which is kind of cool as well. If we under render, turn all this off, we can, instead of 20 here, we can actually give it 50 as well to make it a bit denser. It's probably not that dense. Then that 50, we give it 100. And then the depth of the fin, we give it 50. We can have better visualization. So we pick it out into our Rhino world. Remember to save it. Then under render, give you a bit of fancy fins. Right, that's all for today. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching today's tutorial. Please subscribe to support and check out my other videos.